And we are back with another That Number podcast. New intro,
yes.
new intro song. Thanks to the power of AI. AI and my lyrics, that's what it is. Yep, Catalan. I expected more out of them, to be honest. We barely got a second game in that game.
Yeah, they're very hot and cold this year, aren't they? Like, they look like they'd sorted themselves out, won a few games, and then they look like the Catalan we played in the league the other month. To be fair, they were worse than that. They were a lot worse.
Apologies for that.
Than they were in the league game. But I thought we were good, to be fair. Credit to us. First 80-minute performance. Although the first half was better, there wasn't that big drop off in one of the halves that we've seen all year. Sometimes it's been in the first half and we got better in the second. A lot of the time we've dropped off in the second, and we cruised a bit in the second, but it was like probably the first full performance, I think, of the year. Although you could maybe argue, to be fair, Wigan was close to a full performance. Really, it was only about a 20-minute spell that they were in that game. So, it was good. It was very one-sided. Not really much to talk about from Catalan's point of view. They just didn't really offer much at all, did they?
No, and I like this spine of Sailor, Whitby, and Hastings. I thought that worked really well. Yeah,
it worked better than it did when we've done it before. I think we did it once. I'm trying to memory's failing me. I think we did it one game before. It does look like Whitby still isn't like touching the ball a lot. I don't know if that's like he's playing next to a much more experienced and a very loud personality. Maybe
there'll be a lot of watching and learning there, won't there?
Yeah, maybe he just feel he's being a bit too quiet. But we need to make sure I am grasping for things to be critical of, because there's not much. Whitby probably does need his hands on the ball a little bit more. He was I wouldn't say he was a passenger, but it was like 80% of the work the halves were doing was from Hastings. But I think that'll probably just come with a more experience playing with him. He'll build his confidence, I'm sure, and he'll be able to feel comfortable shouting for that ball a little bit more and getting his hands on it. But they didn't get in each other's way. They did complement each other fairly well. Hastings, again, just makes us tick. Even if he doesn't do anything flashy in a game, he's always there with his hands on the ball, moving the team around the pitch. Sailor, kicking again, really well. Considering, again, it's not the plan for him to be a kicker from either out of hand or from goal. Obviously, Hastings still got that tight hamstring, and they're being sensible, just giving him more time to recover before he goes back to his kicking duties. And to be fair, for someone it's not really his strength, I think Sailor, pretty good. To be fair, he's not the kicker Hastings is, but I didn't think it was.
We've had worse.
Oh, we've had a lot worse, yeah. I didn't think it was anything particularly bad. I thought he stepped up, and he's, I said to one of my friends, I've been more critical of Sailor than anyone. Considering some of the glimpses I saw when he was at Brisbane, I thought at Super League level, when he first joined, he'd do a bit more than he has. I think it's time for me to fill out the Tristan Sailor apology form, because again, he's just so much more involved. He looks so much more comfortable. And I tell you what, we've got a conversation to have when Wellesby comes back, because Sailor is just miles better there at fullback than when Sailor plays standoff. Now, granted, the brief games he did play standoff this year, he has also done well there, so maybe it won't be an issue. But he just looks like a different player when he gets a run at fullback. He really does. Yeah, way more confident than I've ever seen him.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it as well. He's sort of switching around with Robertson as well. It's like it's flexible now instead of like solid things. We've got
very flexible
team there.
Yeah,
and it's
just he's starting to do what you want from a good fullback. I'm hoping that'll just come with some more time. I'm hoping with more time he'll feel confident and a bit more confident to get involved a bit more. But I actually thought he defended well, which is something that I thought might be a weakness of his, because he's not the biggest guy. He's a small halfback. But, I've made up with his defence more than anything, because that has been something that, we've said it with Dagnall and Robertson, when you're physically, you're younger and you're a bit smaller, sometimes you get caught out. It's happened to Whitby before. He was spot on in that game defensively. Really, really spot on for his size as well. And speaking about somebody hitting above the size, can we talk about Matt Whitley? Absolutely.
Oh, bloody hell, yeah. Oh, he absolutely leveled him. Yeah.
I mean, how tall is Matt Whitley? I think she's shorter than me, Whitley. And oh my God, like, yeah, he absolutely sent him to defensively really good. And that was something. We've shown that attack in other games. We've shown glimpses of it. We haven't shown great defense in any game, really. But that was the first one. And yeah, you can say, oh, Catalan didn't do much. But we faced worse teams this year who have scored more points. So I think you've got to give credit to the defence and how they've worked on that. And a particular shout out, I think you'll agree with this, Jake Davis. Longest minutes I think he's ever
game.
And brilliant game. He just looks like he's already almost there physically. He's almost already ready to play longer games and longer minutes. So that's really exciting to see. And unfortunately,
there's going to be a reason why he's going to play more minutes, which I'll get into a bit later on. It's the entire conversation itself.
The injuries, obviously, which we're going to talk about.
Murphy dislocated elbow. I mean, this is not so. That's not something that's reoccurring with him because normally it's a hamstring.
It's a freak one, yeah. If it was a lower leg injury, I would say, all right, we should probably get rid, blah de blah. But you know what? I think that's harsh because he's played so well this year, and it's not one of those reoccurring. It's not a hamstring. It's not his Achilles. It's a freak arm injury, it might have him out for most of, if not the full season. Probably towards the end, maybe if he's lucky. But that's just really rotten bad luck. It's not an injury-prone thing. I think we need to be keeping Murphy on board for next season, definitely, because he has played well, and it was just a freak one. Right. Are we talking about Wingfield?
Yeah, Jim. And Joe, what? I'm so gutted for him because he's really coming to his own this season.
I want to say something first. I don't want to go into a full rant because I don't know the full story, and I don't want to be unfair to Saints. But about 2 or 3 minutes before Wingfield gets injured, he goes down in a tackle, and he's holding his leg. And this is before the actual injury. He goes down very hard, and he gets up very slowly, holding his leg, nursing his leg. Why do you not, knowing his history of lower leg injuries, why was he not immediately taken off the field?
Yeah,
because he was kept on the field, and then the next time he takes the ball in after getting a knock on that leg,
game over.
His ACL goes. For me, that is slight. I don't want to say negligent because I don't know the full story, but that is why. So even if there's nothing wrong with him, it's a game that we're winning. That at that point we probably already know we were going to win. Just get him off. Yeah. You see him holding that leg. Go and have a look at the sideline.
I'm all right. I'll crack on.
Yeah, and he could have been just 2 minutes, but you just have a look and send him back on after 5 minutes. But if that happens, he doesn't get that injury. So I feel a bit harsh for him, to be honest. I feel like he hasn't been. I don't know. I just feel it's a bit tight on him, really, because I think he should have been taken off when he was holding that leg. But
unless he's put that up and look, I'm all right, I'll carry on.
Yeah, which he might have done. He might have just said, "No, go away, trainer. I'm fine, whatever." Which if he has, fine.
This is the rugby league way, isn't it?
And it's gutting for him. His longest run of games in a long time. His best performances ever, probably.
Yeah, especially against Wigan.
And now he's done for the season again.
Yeah. Now this begs the harsh question. Now, given his extension was a year with the option of a second, depending on appearances, have we seen his last game in a Saints shirt?
Yeah, there's no way.
Has he seen his last game?
I know we don't have confirmation of the games, but I'm pretty sure we can say he hasn't hit that target if he's got injured so early on in the season. So that means his contract runs out.
It took him a bit to come back in as well, didn't it? Early on.
It did. He didn't. He hasn't had the full season up until now, so he's almost certainly not hit his target, which means his contract will run out at the end of the year. It's really tough because you do have to, as a business, at some point draw the line. It's not an easy decision. I'm glad I'm not making the decision. I don't know where you do it because we've had it before. we've had Lomax, who had about 3 or 4 years straight of the same thing, and then they barely got injured since. But looking at his injury record, it's a bit worse than Lomax's was, and Lomax's was bad when he was younger. It's even worse than that. So,
and these aren't like a couple of weeks; these are like season enders every time.
Yeah, and it's all to do with his lower legs as well, and it's all stuff that we know has a big effect on mobility and impact. Like ACL is one of those where it's never the same again. Like, how many times have you seen a sportsman in any sport do the ACL again? Like, it happens a lot, where they'll re-injure it later down the line. I mean, this is someone, obviously, it's someone who's performance-wise, if you look at the individual ones over the last 3 years, there's nothing wrong with the performance, but I don't know. He's taken up a spot in that team. There's another young lad. There's a potential overseas signing. Like, where do you draw the line? I don't really know, to be honest.
This brings it back round to Jake Davis. This is his time now to go, right, I'm stepping up now.
Yeah.
Because he can slot into that position where Wingfield was.
And I'm sure he'll really take that. And I think Dave's going to be a great player, but with Wingfield, man, it feels real tight. But like, at times in sport, you've got to be real harsh, haven't you? You've got to be harsh in sport, otherwise.
It's a business, isn't it?
What's happened to Saints over the last few years because of sentiment, the amount of players that have got contracts because they're nice guys and they've done well before, and it's hurdles on the field. And at the end of the day, fans are paying and have a certain expectation because of the money we spend and the level we operate at off the field. I think he's probably played his last game. I hope not in rugby league. I hope somebody else is willing to give him a 12-month contract or something and give him a go. Because I'd love nothing more to turn it round. He'll never get an injury again.
So like Lee'll pick him up and he'll be class. You know what I mean?
And he'll be fine.
Hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it?
Hindsight is wonderful, and if that happens, to be fair, I'll just be made up for him more than anything.
Yeah,
I'll just be say fair play. But I think at this point, you probably have to say, I think you've got to look after him. You've got to make sure he gets all his treatment, and you've got to support him after with whatever he needs in the few months after his contract. Don't just leave him cold. Make sure he's okay physically, mentally.
You need to look at him beyond the Saints play. You need to look at the block.
Yeah. And we should be helping him out in terms of that work, whether it's in rugby league or outside. I know they do this, the Saints, where they do it with scholarship players a lot, or academy when they don't make it. They will help him. As long as we give him the help he needs, it's probably time to step away and say goodbye. And it's horrible saying that, but
it is unfortunate.
Yeah, but like you said, it's he's getting paid. To most of the time not be playing what he's paid for. And sometimes you got to have the business head sometimes and just think about...
Hey, listen, if you were on the sick that much at your job, you'd be up the road well earlier.
Yeah, you would.
He's got a good run.
Exactly, yeah. So hopefully he gets a bit of money or something to send him off with, look after him. But and that's probably it. But
I mean,
I hope it's just not it for him.
If we do choose not to trigger the second year, I mean, I hope he finds a club. I hope he gets a good run of games and lives up to his potential, because he has got it all.
This was finally it. I think this is one of the longest run of games he's ever had. Since his first year, I'm pretty sure this is his longest run of games, and some people just, how unlucky is it? The amount of people that have, ACLs that will never turn their entire lives, and it's one person who needs it.
One person gets them for everyone else.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm not a professional athlete. I do loads of long distance running. I've had one bad injury in my entire life doing it. But that's fine, because I don't get paid to do it. It's not my job. But the person whose job it is, who needs to, it's just so unfair, isn't it? You know what I mean?
It is horrible for him.
But it just is what it is. And
we really, really got behind him this season as well.
Yeah, and I think he upped his game a bit. I think it's the best he's played, which is why I'm like,
that Wigan game is the best I've seen him play for us.
I think that's one of his best ever performances, So we'll just have to wait and see.
Himself.
I wouldn't hate him getting the other year. I know some people would be a bit would probably moan a bit. I wouldn't hate another year as in like, but he's told like, this is absolutely it, last chance saloon. We're all clear about it. I wouldn't hate that at all, but I also wouldn't. I'd also understand releasing him. I'd understand both. I don't know where. I understand both viewpoints on it. To be fair,
I mean, we're in a position where, regardless of all the injuries we've got, we're still quite like blessed in the back row area.
Yeah, we are as well. We're all right. A little bit light at the moment because Wright hasn't come back when we expected him to. I think he'll be back next week instead. But it just gives chances to people like Jake Davis, I suppose. And at the moment, he's taking them with both hands, which is good.
Yeah. And speaking of players coming back, Matty Lee's named in the squad.
Which is big.
Looks healthy in the captain's run as well. So it looks like he's put some beef on as well. He looks like a unit now.
Yeah, he looks good.
He's a big lad anyway, but fucking hell.
So I'm looking forward to it. Walmsley, Clemmer, Stevens, Lees together for the first time.
Yeah. Would you put Delaney in the back row? Because he seems more built for that, doesn't he?
I mean, yeah. I think it's worth a go. Obviously, it is a different one. You've got to be a bit clever about running what lines you run and trying to find gaps between the centre and the halfback, and you've got to have some passing ability as well. We don't know if he's got that,
but would you put him at loose and put Shorts into the back row?
I think Delaney could potentially work at loose. I think Clemmer has shown in that one game that he played that he can work there too. So I think you've got room for all of them in there. Obviously you've got the bench as well, but I'd probably be having Walmsley and Lees together with your Clemmer and Stevens, and I don't know, maybe
I don't think Lee starts, so not this week.
Not this week, no, he won't this week. But yeah, it's obviously there's 5 starters there in terms of props. Where you don't always want 3 props on the bench. Usually it's 2. So does one of them go into loose or the back row? Maybe I'd be interested to see what he does. I hope it doesn't mean that Stevens is all of a sudden going to get less game time, which I'm sure he won't.
No, Noah's not put a foot wrong.
Yeah, he's been our best forward, really. I mean, maybe Walmsley has, but no, Stevens has been very level with him for me. And Clemmer's been good too, but Stevens for me has probably been one of the best, if not the best forward we've had this year. So it's an interesting little conundrum what you do. I mean, to be fair, you could just put 3 of them on the bench because there's flexibility. You can move people around in the second row and loose to accommodate them on the bench, so it's fine. They should all hopefully be involved.
Yeah. So we're recording on the Wednesday because obviously it's match day Thursday. All FC away.
Yeah.
Is it an ideal time to be playing them with everything that's going on behind the scenes with Cartwright being off at the end of the season and whatever?
They've got a lot. They've got their own. They've got their own injury list anyway. So there are a few down on numbers, and they're a bit of a circus at the moment. Yeah. So I think it's a great time to play them. I am baffled by that entire John Cartwright situation. I don't know.
Madness, isn't it?
From a point of view of running a club, I have no idea. And granted, all right, I've never run a club, but I also know I know people, and I've worked jobs all my life and dealing with other people and how you speak to people and how you deal with people in a professional setting. And it's not that. I mean, that is baffling. So he's got another year in his contract, but instead of just sacking him, they're going to let him see the year out and then sack him.
See, this is what I don't get. I mean, you do get coaches who move on because you get another job. Like Christian
or the contract's running out.
Job or whatever.
Or you get ones where the contract's running out and you go, listen, shake your hand, we're not renewing it. He's got another year. Yeah. I've never heard in my life of a club going, you will be sacked, but only at the end of the season. I mean, what?
Yeah, what is he going to put? Whatever is he going to put in now? He's not going to give a shit.
I mean, obviously, he's a professional day to day. He's not going to sabotage, but in terms of that commitment, he's not going to give it everything. That extra commitment you need. Why on earth after being treated like that? Why would he give 2 flying shits about putting 110% in to develop players?
You're going to work tomorrow,
build the club,
if you go into work tomorrow and say, listen, we're going to sack you on the 15th of October, You're going to give a flying fuck about the rest of your job until then, are you? You're just going to toss it off.
I'm going to absolutely nothing till then, to be honest, if it was me. So
go off on the sick.
And then the way that he's then this press conference, just utterly bizarre, just bonkers. He does a press conference, still in charge of the club, where he says he's betrayed and disrespected by the club's owners. The coach of a club calling the owners out for disrespect and for betrayal while being the coach still. And it's been a day since that press conference, and he's not gone. He's still there. What? Surely that makes his job untenable. Surely that makes his job untenable that he's called out the owners like that. How can he carry on? He's called out the owners of the club he works for. Have you ever seen that in a club ever, where the owners are called out and the manager doesn't immediately get sacked? I've never seen it in any sport. This is the first for me. Because when a manager starts saying things like that, it usually means they're about to leave. We've seen it time and time again in rugby and football. But no, he's still in charge, and he's taking charge of the game tomorrow. I am baffled. I'm baffled by the fact that if John Cartwright's version of events are true, they haven't given him a reason, but they're only sitting down with him at the weekend. What do you mean they're only sitting down with him at the weekend? You need to sit down with him and tell him that when you tell him the news he's leaving.
That needs to be sorted out immediately.
It's absolutely baffling. It seems like to me that for whatever reason, there's people that, don't like him, don't like his face, don't like his personality. Because I don't think he's done a terrible job at all with the cards he's been dealt. I actually think he's done a pretty good job. They clearly it's not my guy.
It's like a Luke Robertson thing all over again, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like there's clearly someone at the club thinks he's not my guy. I want McNamara, but McNamara will only leave at the end of the season. Okay. So we'll just tell him he's leaving at the end of the season. Baffling. First of all, he shouldn't be getting sacked because they've had a ridiculous injury list for 2 years. He's also taken them from being a club that was finishing near the bottom of the league and looked like ridiculously all over the place to being a respectable
team. Just missed out the playoffs
again.
Last season.
He's turned around. He's got them going again. He's had awful luck with injuries. Long-term injuries to his playmakers all over the pitch. I don't know what they kind of expect with that squad that he's got available. I don't know. For me, he's doing a perfectly good job. But even if you think, he's done okay, he's leveled us, but we want to go to the next level, fine. But surely
you see his contract out.
Surely let him see his contract out. Or if you really want to get rid of him, this at the end of the season, we're sacking you nonsense. Just get rid of him now. Do you know what it is? It seems like it's a weird thing that they don't want to pay him off and then have to pay a new coach at the same time. It just seems like it's penny pinching, which is just, if that's your mentality, like, I don't know what to tell you. That's crazy.
Just give it up.
Crazy. For me, his job is completely untenable right now, and I don't know why he hasn't walked. I think he's probably waiting to get sacked so he gets his money. And you know what? Fair play to him. Fair play to him.
And I think the players are backing him as well.
Yeah, so the players aren't told anything, and then he just comes in one morning and goes, "Oh yeah, by the way, apparently I'm leaving at the end of the season. I don't know why." And they were meant to just carry on with trading as normal, which didn't happen. The day it was announced.
Fair play to him.
Yeah, just a circus. Just when it looked like Hull were turning themselves around as a club because they've been ran awfully for years, looks like the circus is still marching on because that is ridiculous. And it's a very good time to play him, I think. The fact that he called out the owners, I just can't get over this point where yesterday he called out the owners for lying to him and he's not been sacked. He's still there today. I'm looking at my phone, just expecting the news to drop, but he's still there. I don't know. I don't know what Hull FC are up to. I don't know what they're doing. Baffling. If you think Steve McNamara is your man, I mean, he's definitely a decent coach, but I don't know where they've got this idea that he's going to be some immediate upgrade from Cartwright. I don't know where they've got that idea from. One Challenge Cup in like 15 odd years of coaching. I don't know where they've got this idea that he's a better option. It just feels very harsh on him, the players, and the way they've gone about it is just really weird. Just really weird. So, thank God it's not us. I mean, thank God that's not happening over here because thank God it's another club which is acting like a circus for once.
I mean, and you know what? The fact that they didn't tell Wellens that he was going last season, it's like, well, at least they've let him see that the year out. You know what I mean? We weren't going great, but they let him see it out.
Well, Wellens was told he needed a grand final at least, and that's fair enough. I think that's completely fair enough.
That's incentive, don't it? That's a target.
But Cartwright could what? So all right. It's very unlikely, sure. But what if they go on a miracle run and they win the grand final? You're going to really sack him? You're going to sack the guy that's won you the grand final? Really? Like, what if he gets him into the top? What if he turns it around and gets him into the playoffs? Really? You're going to sack him? With all the injuries you've had and he finishes top 6? Really? And you've told him beforehand?
Going to give a foot now.
Yeah, I just think, considering how much they seem to be behind him as well, I just think it's going to have a negative impact. What they should have done, if they were really going to get rid of him, and I must stress, I don't think they should have just sacked him. They should have just sacked him, give him his money, and add an interim coach to the end of the season before you bring McNamara in. That's the normal way to do it.
Yeah,
so this is bizarre. Yeah, this is completely weird.
Can't get my head around it.
I just really can't. I'm trying to. Surely when something's been missed here, I don't know. It just seems no one can seem to figure this out. It's rugby league, isn't it, guys? The world of rugby league. Reset the counter. Day since nonsense in rugby league 0. It just happens every week at this point, doesn't it? So there's always something. I don't know.
Let's move on before you give yourself a migraine.
I am going to think about Hull FC anymore. Jesus.
Yeah. Saints women back in action. Back at the Brewdog against Catalans women's in the Challenge Cup. Like I say, we don't know a lot about Catalans women's, but we can safely say we think Saints women are going to win that one.
You'd imagine so, but it's a real big unknown. And also, can I just say as well, fair play to Catalan for getting a women's team together. Considering how much money that guy has to spend, because at the moment they're paying for every team to go over there. They're paying the flight, the hotel, everything, which I think is ridiculous and they shouldn't have to do. So they don't have any incentive at the moment to really be paying for a women's team, and they still are. So I think, the owner of Catalan, his name does escape me. He does get a bit of stick sometimes, some of his antics, but you know what? That's a man who's dedicated to that club. And he wants to build it for every, everyone who's involved in the community, the men, the women. They have a lot of stuff going on with the juniors too, which is good. So fair play to them. But yeah, I do think it should be a
Bernard Grash.
That's the one, Bernard. Yeah, I do think it should be a straightforward win. I'm guessing.
But this is where they've just started this team now. It's gonna take a bit of time to build, I think. But again, it's good that they're in there.
Definitely, it is. Yeah, more new teams is always good. More areas where there's more girls and women getting involved helps the sport, helps them. So might be a bit of a rough year for them, but hopefully, I don't think it'll really be about that for them. It'll just be, let's have a squad every game, a full squad. Let's complete these games and let's, try and compete as much as we can. Be interesting to see how we'll be going to that one on Sunday, so it'll be interesting to see what happens.
And it's a double header as well. You've got the Challenge Cup game and you've got the Women's Academy game as well.
And you have as well. There's a nice little double header. I believe free for members, if I'm remembering that correctly. So any season ticket holders down the free, even if you don't, I think it's only like a $5 or something.
I'll go down to that. I'll make my way down.
And you know what? It is good. It's good entertainment for anyone that's not tried to go in person, and it's a nice crowd. It's there's a core small amount of regulars that you always see, and then they're nice people. So I'd recommend it, and we can start doing reviews on that from next week, which is nice.
That makes sense. Especially if I know sometimes you can't always make it, but if it's on a different day to the men's team, or if it's on before, we can easily get down and watch it.
Easily get down to that, So we'll do a first little review of the women's coming next week in the show, which is good. And then obviously,
go
on, guys.
No, just I was going to move on to this game on Saturday as well, down at Ruskin Drive. It's the annual Saints 11 against St Helens Town 11. Obviously charity game. It's part of Match Lee's testimonial. I'll be down there again, helping out they're selling the programs and the balls and all that. So get yourselves down, bring money with you. And
there's also
probably LMS playing in goal.
There's also St Helens Town versus Wythenshawe Reserves, I believe.
Yeah.
That's going to be taking place too. So you can also support the town team, local town team.
Unfortunately, I'll have to get away before that because I need to be back in town to pick my glasses up at 3:15. I'm getting bins.
Bugger.
I'll be able to see what I'm doing on these podcasts now.
Yeah. And to be fair, I've got some glasses right next to me. I don't think I've worn them for about 4 months. So I should probably be wearing them as well. So maybe I might start putting them on for the podcast.
Yeah, I've got my eyes are healthy enough. I've just got a distance issue. So it's when I'm up close to a screen like this and reading, I'm going to need them.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, enough of my fucking eyes. Anyway, let's not talk about that. Yeah, so you get yourselves down to that. I think it's. I'll just get it up quickly. It's free entry as well, so
yes, it is free entry. So you just head down to Ruskin Drive. Simple as that.
Yeah. So far, on the St Helens Town team, you've got LMS, and I think it looks like Lee Breers is playing or coaching. I don't know which one of the series there was named.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of Matty Lee's testimonial, and Matty Smith is running the Saints 11.
It'll be a good fun day. That.
Yeah, Matty Smith was on the books at Everton before making it at Saints, so got good taste and he can play football.
Well, he dodged a bullet there, didn't he? So
shut it. Could be worse. Could be at Liverpool. No, it's not going to football. It's a rugby league podcast.
It's a rugby league
podcast. You can tell it's Derby week, can't you?
Oh yeah, you can tell.
Yeah. Yeah. Brad Arthur's emerged as the favourite for the England coach job, and do you know what? I don't mind it.
I don't mind it. Like I said, to be fair, I'm up the wall with the England stuff. The fact that they're not doing a full-time job, the fact that it's going to be a part-time, it's going to be someone who's coaching a club. I really don't like that. I don't like it. So I'm kind of like, I don't care who it is, to be honest. I don't think it's going to work. I don't think the setup's going to work. But at least the people being talked about, Rowley's talked about, he's had an interview. You know, at least these are good coaches at the very least. Yeah. But I think we're in for a big shock.
My second favourite Rowley.
Yeah, I think we're in for a big shock at this World Cup, and the way they're running the international game. I'm not getting into the ranks. There's nothing new to say.
This should have been done last year after the Ashes.
Yeah, there's nothing new to say. It should be a full-time job. It should have been done last year. We should have friendlies put into the calendar. And if it means getting rid of, jigging the calendar around and reducing games, whatever, it should be done. That should be the priority.
Yeah.
You know what? We're not taking it seriously enough. We wonder why the sport's struggling. When any sport that's successful in the entire world focuses massively on the international part of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people watch Lancashire and Essex cricket? Not many people, lads. And it's all
England v India.
England, India, England, Australia, though, all they're worldwide events. You know what I mean? And it's same with rugby union. Like some of the attendances in that league, no one cares.
Rugby union international's massive.
Like England could play, I don't know, England could play Ecuador in rugby union at Twickenham, and there'd be 70,000 people there. Yeah. So, I'm just sick of talking about the RFL and the internationals. The way they're doing it's a disgrace. And to be fair, I think they're setting up someone to fail as well. I think they're really setting up whoever it is to fail. Yeah, because they're going to get it in the neck, and I don't think they should. I don't think it's going to be their fault. Would love to be wrong, and who knows, maybe a good enough coach can somehow do something against the Aussies and the Kiwis with the ridiculously awful preparation that he's been given. Stranger things have happened, I suppose, and if anyone can do it, someone like Arthur or Rowley maybe could. Good attacking rugby. I mean, at least that's a positive. It's not another negative coach. It's someone who's going to have us throw the ball about and not try to out wrestle and out endurance the Aussies like Wayne did, dog fights and the middles and all that nonsense. At least it's going to be a coach who's going to have us play nice rugby, which might help.
Yeah.
So that is a positive.
It does. This is mad coming out of Wakefield. They're offering Cam Scott to Super League clubs. I reckon he's worth. If that's true, I reckon he's worth a look.
He's a centre, isn't he? Is he a centre?
Yeah.
I think we're fine. To be honest, I wouldn't go for him, but I think he's got a role somewhere.
McDonald is only there for a year, so it remains to be seen if he's going to sign on again. And Percival's at the arse end of his career.
True.
I know we've got Robertson and all that there, but
yeah, it might be worth a look. I think we could do a bit better. I don't rate him, but I'm not sure. Not sure about him at a top club, to be honest. I think it's weird that Wakey are looking to move on though, because for a club like Wakey, like that's a bit of an odd move.
He's been playing well for him.
Yeah, it's a bit of an odd move. Like for where they are, I know they want to be a top side, but for where they are at the moment, I think he fits into that team pretty well and plays well for them. I don't think he'll be short of offers. I don't think he'll be short of offers at all. Same with Max Jowett as well, if apparently they're going to ship him away to get Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. I mean...
After everything that Jowett's done for him as well, I think
that's very short-sighted, because look at the ages. I mean, he's not... Even if he plays well, RTS, even if he plays very well, he's not going to be there for long. So...
No, they may get a year or two at the best.
I think that's... If he does end up leaving because of that, and I'd say fair play. If I was there and they were going to... we're bringing in a 30-something-year-old Kiwi who's past his best, I'd go, you know what? Yeah, screw you. I'm going to go to Wigan, Wire, Huddersfield, whatever. That's what I'd do.
Come back to what them then.
Yeah, so I think there's some odd movements Wakefield at the moment. I'm not sure. Remains to be seen how it works out, but some strange for me rumours, those ones. I think they're two very good players.
So we put out there for some questions from viewers, and we've got a couple of good ones here. Aidan, who's been on the podcast before, good mate of ours now.
All right.
What's both your favourite all-time shirts, home and away? This is a two-part question, but we'll go with this first.
Home and away.
I mean, my favourite away has got to be 2001.
Yeah, that's the diamonds, the diamond black with the diamond V's. That's easily my favourite away. Nothing else really comes close. Home's a hard one because at the end of the day, they're pretty much white with a red face. There's only so much you can do.
There's not a lot you can do with it, is there?
But I like a longer V compared to a shorter V. Yeah. So I'd pick any of them. I know there's a few. We've had a few kits with a long V. I think there was one a few years ago. I can't remember exactly the year. I don't know if it was 16, 17, 18, somewhere around the 2010s. We had one with a long V. I guess I'd go for that one. I guess I'm not really sure exactly what year it is, but any shirt that's got a longer V compared to the short V. So, for example, my least favorite home one is 2011, which I believe had like the short V that went like flat at the bottom, which I really didn't like. The way one's more interesting though, because you get more designs, don't you? So,
yeah, I mean, I think for me it might be 2000 because it's probably the most iconic home shirt we've got in it.
That's a
just
good,
for white to west.
Nice big V on that one as well. I like that one. That's a good one. It's a very good one. Yeah, I think 2006 is probably up there too. 2006 is quite a smart home shirt.
The Earth Money one.
In the middle of the sponsor curse that Saints had at the time, where anytime somebody sponsored a Saints shirt, they went into administration. Yeah, not long after. We've had a few good ones to be fair.
Yeah. And the second part is, do you think with how successful the retro remakes have been this year, that we should make at least one retro shirt a year, either home, away, or third kit?
Listen, I've said before, if it was up to me, we would do what all the football teams do, and in the club shop, there would be 3, 4, 5 at any one time remade retro shirts from random years. You go into any Premier League club, and I think even some Championship clubs are doing it now. You go in, and there'll be a section for redesigned old kits with like the same sponsor, just newer material, newly made. And it's a little bit cheaper. So for the people that maybe can't afford the full kits, it gives them an option as well. I know there's probably something with the contracts with O'Neill's that we probably can't do that because less home shirts might sell. Yeah. I understand there's a business part, but I think you'd probably make more money. I think it's worth a go as a trial to have 2 or 3 go in. And if it makes money, fine. If it doesn't, just don't do it again. But if it does, you're onto a
maybe
money maker
have the Magic shirt as the retro one.
It's always a good option. I think maybe if there is something with the contracts with the designers that's kind of stopping that from happening, then yeah, have the Magic shirt as your de facto retro shirt every year. I think would be a really cool idea to go with, and that'd be a very good idea.
So I would like to see the 91 to 93 away. Don't it looks like the heart monitor one in blue?
Yeah.
I'd love to see a proper remake. They did one a few years ago and it was shite. But I'd like to see them do it proper.
Yeah, do it a proper version of it. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I think that's up there with my favourite away shirts, to be honest.
I'd agree with that. That's a good one.
Yeah. This one's going to divide opinion. I can get where he's coming from. It's from Glenn Ewans. Should fans who go to the Challenge Cup quarterfinals get priority over season ticket holders who did go to the quarterfinal when it comes to semi-final tickets? So basically, someone, even a non-season ticket holder, they go to the quarterfinal, get priority on the semi-final tickets.
I would just keep it as just season ticket holders, to be honest. They've paid that big wedge of money. They've shown that dedication to the club. Sometimes you can't always go to every single game. So to base it off like a one-off game, I think I think it's right. I can see where he's coming from, but I think it's right what they do. And I think there's a reason it's a standard amongst sports clubs where your season ticket holders get priority. And I think they should get priority. I don't think it should come down to an individual quarterfinal. Because to be fair, with the days we're living in at the moment, people are just desperately trying to save money. They're probably thinking about the potential semi, potential trip to Wembley.
Yeah.
You can't punish people for that. I think if they've gone to the effort of buying a season ticket, which in this day and age is a big commitment to pay for, I think that's fair that it's just blanket season ticket holder priority.
I agree with that. I think if it gets like a limited amount of tickets after all the season ticket holders have had the priority,
then maybe they could do that. Yeah,
if you can prove you bought a ticket for the quarterfinal, then
maybe
go first.
Wouldn't be against that. Yeah, maybe.
Right. Oh, something's just come up here. Aaron Penny from Lee has been offered immediate transfer. I don't know how wise that is with Lee's injury troubles at the minute.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. To be fair, I don't think I've ever seen him play. Maybe I have, and I've just forgot. But it does seem a weird one for a club in their position to be doing something like that.
Yeah, I'm just doing this thing now where we want to scroll through and see if there's anything else to throw in before we go to the predictions, and don't think there is, to be honest.
No, there's been a bit of a quiet one. Well, relatively quiet.
Yeah, there's not a lot going on this week, is there?
Relatively quiet.
I kind of knew there would be. That's why I asked people for questions.
Apart from the John Cartwright stuff, which you've covered, it's pretty much, and obviously Brad Arthur stuff.
That's the biggest one there. Right, so predictions then.
Indeed, predictions.
Right, so Tom sent his over earlier.
Very good,
we've
Tom.
Both gone with Saints.
Yeah, I've gone with Saints. I think it's going to be a big win.
Sweep there. We've both gone with KR.
I've gone with KR too. Yeah, pretty straightforward.
Yeah. Now, I've gone with Huddersfield. Tom's gone with Leeds.
Yeah, Huddersfield. Where's this come from? This form all of a sudden. A few weeks of much better performances.
Got players back, didn't they?
Got players back. They look more confident. So it's not going to be straightforward with it being an away one for Leeds. And Leeds, again, another team which, like, 1 week they look great. The next week, not so great. So I think this is probably the tie of the round, maybe. I've got to go. I am going Leeds. But it's going to be close, I think. Well, it's going to be an exciting game, that one.
Yeah. I've gone with York. He's gone with Lee.
I've gone with York.
Because they're at home.
I think just because at home, both teams, York, after a decent start, are struggling now at the moment. It's, I think the surprise element of teams not knowing what to expect from them is kind of gone now. But Lee, look a bit of a shambles. I'm going to go York, yeah. I think York will take it in a tight one.
We've both gone Wakefield.
Wakefield, yeah, I think.
Yeah,
they're just looking really good at the moment. Very unlucky against Wigan in the Challenge Cup, and although Bradford more than carrying the weight, I think home advantage for Wakefield gets them through that one.
Yeah, these are both gone Warrington.
I've gone Catalan.
Ooh,
I actually think it's
put a spanner in the works, Ben.
I actually think because Catalan are hot and cold, so yes, as bad as they were, we've also seen them play very well this year too. Remember, and it's an away game in France. Why historically they've had some success, they've struggled at other times, but it always seems to be a tight game with them. It always seems to be a feisty, tight game. Warrington at Catalan, and I'm just feeling. It's just a gut feeling that I think Catalan will actually have one of their hot performances in this game, and will take.
I hope you're right.
I hope I'm right too.
Yeah. Now he's gone Wigan, I've gone Cass.
I've gone Wigan
for a specific reason. Because Casford's worth 9 points, so if Wigan win, I'm only losing 1.
True. It's a sensible one, to be fair, but it could come down to 1 point.
Gamble.
It could come down to 1 point at the end. Could come down to 1 point at the end, guys. But yeah, I think as much as Wigan are in a bit of a slump at the moment, I think this is the perfect type of game to get them out the slump, to be fair. I don't think you could ask for anything better than Castleford at home when you're in bad form.
Yeah. Oh, so just remembered. North Wales Crusaders. I mean, what is going on there? The owners have stopped funding and all that carry on.
Well, it's more dodgy owners, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's more dodgy owners because, listen, obviously they don't have any... If there's some point, it's their right if they are spending their own money and making no money back ever. It is absolutely their right to pull the money out. However, the way they've gone about it, I think is pretty shitty. I think to do it midway through a season, I think for me, if you've got principles and you're committed, like you've made a commitment by being the owners, I think you see that out to the end of the season. I think you have to do that.
Yeah.
But there's also these stories coming out now that it's not just as simple as, we're pulling money out. Apparently, there's loads of unpaid people. They owe thousands of pounds to different parties. That's unacceptable. You've made a commitment. We talked about it last week, didn't we, when we were talking about this the first time, about tough titties. Yeah, you don't make loads of money owning a sports club. You have to put your own money in. That's the commitment you make. It's not a new phenomenon on this. Like, people know what encapsulates running a club. Your responsibility to pay the people who are owed money. Tough luck. If it's your own money, tough luck. You've made that commitment. Pay people.
I mean, look how much money the Nevils and Scholes and Nicky Butt have all lost with Salford City. I mean, they're not going to make money there.
So I think it's a bit of a disgrace, to be honest, the way the owners have conducted themselves. It's a shame that it's just rampant in rugby league. Just a bunch of cowboys and con men rampant throughout the sport. And I hope they can get a community consortium together and we don't lose that, because, as I said, went over this in the last podcast, but it'll be tough losing our biggest kind of outpost in Wales, considering we're not exactly doing great there as it is anyway.
And as you said with money as well, saying the Crusaders have refused to play this weekend's 1895 Cup time against Midlands.
It's a joke. Why are these owners doing this partway through season? See it out. Just make the announcement that at the end of the year I'm going to go. Give them plenty of time to sort themselves out. You know what I mean? Be fair. Be fair here. Give them a good amount of time to find new owners. You know what I mean? Don't just do it overnight. And leave loads of bills unpaid that the club's going to have to probably pick up. It's a shame, and I hope they get sorted soon.
It's just brain dead, isn't it?
Yeah,
absolutely brain dead.
It's more. It's just stupid. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Well, I think that's. Oh God. Yeah, I think that does it really.
I think it does.
Yeah. So Ben is going to attend the game tomorrow. I can't, because I can't justify wasting a day to have Friday off when I'm up at 5:15. Yeah. So I'll be watching it either way.
Yes, I'll be there pre-game and give you my thoughts of the lovely Hull away. I'm already looking forward to the chippy around the corner from the car park, which is a staple. People who know, you know. And hopefully a good win. And to be fair, it's a stadium I quite like. It's one of my favourite away days, actually, Hull FC. So quite looking forward to that tomorrow.
It's nice. It's like in summer when you go down the marina and all that.
Not looking forward to the drive back because I already know that there's several works on the 62 happening overnight because, of course, there is. So I'll be driving through the Shire probably to get back over to Lancashire.
It'll probably be quicker.
Yeah. But anyway, all that fun stuff will come in my report next week on the podcast. All that to look forward to.
Yeah. So if you're seeing this, honestly, please subscribe to the YouTube channel because I've got plans and we need X amount of subscribers. So
he's planning everybody.
So please do that and
subscribe.
Yeah, everyone just keep supporting, doing what you're doing. We appreciate everything and thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you.